This is TWiT. On the line from San Gabriel, California, we got Pete. Hello, Pete.
Hello, Leo. How are you doing?
Wonderful. How are you?
Oh, good. Listen, I got a Amazon Fire HD 8 with 30 gigabyte.
Yep.
What I have on the phone is I have my Solitaire, Sudoku, and my Yahtzee.
Yeah.
I wanted to change it to that so I could free my phone, but I don't see a way unless I got them through Google Play, all the...
So what you do on the Amazon Fire, it doesn't come, as you've noticed, with the Google Play Store. This is actually an interesting story. The Amazon Fire tablets are Android, but they're... So in order to understand how they could be Android, you have to understand that Android originally wasn't a Google product. It was created by a company called Android.
Right. Sold
to Google, and it was open source. That meant that, and Google has kept it that way. That means anybody can go online, download the code for Android, and put it on any device they want. Many people do, but that's called the open version of Android, the Open Handset Alliance version, OHSA. Right. That, however, doesn't include any of the Google stuff. Most importantly, the Google Play Store, or Google Chrome, or any of the Google apps. Mm-hmm. You can, however, on the Fire, download the Google apps, but you have to know how to do it.
Yeah. Okay.
It doesn't come with it, but Google, truthfully, doesn't mind. In fact, if you think about it, it's in their interest that you get the Google Play Store because they make money. Every time you you pay for an app there. So it's possible to install the Play Store on the Fire tablet. And it basically involves two things. First of all, turning off the setting that says only download stuff from the Amazon store. That setting is an important setting because it protects you. It keeps you from downloading stuff from sketchy app stores. So it is a setting available in all Android devices, including the Google devices, and by default, it's switched on.
Okay.
So the first thing you have to do is and that's getting apps from another store is called side loading. So the first thing you have to do is go into settings and security and say enable the apps from unknown sources. Now my suggestion is once you do this, turn it back on. It's a good thing to have. It'll protect you.
Now, when I bring the screen down from, that gives me I'm on Belkin 220UC router right now, so I'm getting the signal from that.
Yep.
It shows Bluetooth, airplane mode, blue shade, and do not disturb and help. Nothing shows me anything.
Go to the settings in your tablet.
Okay. How do I get into the settings of the tablet? This is brand new to me.
Yeah. And it is a little challenging because it doesn't actually look like Android at all.
Yeah.
So it is a little challenging. Yeah, you see it in the carousel there?
Yeah, hold on a sec.
It's in the carousel.
Okay, settings. Okay.
Yep. And then there's a security tab.
Security.
Yeah, I'll tell you what. I don't want to take the time to walk you through it, but you'll find it. And then enable in apps from unknown sources. Then that's step one. Then step two is you've got to find the unknown sources. And there's 4 things you need. You need the Google account. I mean, actually, this may change because Google's always fiddling with this. But as of a few months ago, and I'll put a link at the show notes at techguylabs.com that gives you the links to this. You get it from something called APK Mirror. APK is the name of an Android app. It's an APK. And APK Mirror is... You want to be very careful doing this, downloading APKs from random. People can download malware. But in this case, APK Mirror is a trusted source. But be very careful. You're going to need 4 things. Google Account Manager, Google Services Framework, Google Play Services, and then finally you can install the Play Store. This can be a little tricky depending on which version of the Fire tablet you have, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So I'm going to put a link in our show notes from a site called the How To Geek that gives you step-by-step what I just described and the links to the actual files you need. And so follow that fairly carefully. You want to do it in that order. You want to, in other words, treat it like a cookbook recipe. Don't deviate, and you should be fine. Once you have the Play Store on there, then uncheck that box because it's unsafe. But the Play Store also will have that, protection. You should only get stuff, ideally, you should only get stuff from the Amazon store and the Play Store. Both of those stores are carefully vetting, somewhat careful, not 100% carefully, but carefully vetting their stuff and making sure you don't get malware on there. And you really want to be careful. As with, this is true of all computing devices. Be very careful about where you get them, where you get your software from. Don't download software from random sources or just because there's a link on your screen that says, hey, you need the new Flash. Don't just say, oh, okay, that must be true. You got to be careful about this stuff because that's exactly how malware gets on your system. And there is a lot of malware on the Android platform, and that is an Android device.